Hello again, runners. Tara Bosart here, welcoming you to join us for yet another exciting season of City of Thorns, our actual play Shadowrun podcast here on Infinity Break. So much has happened since the finale of Season 1, and we are eager to share our brand new adventures with you, as well as introducing brand new characters and players in this cyberpunk fantasy dystopia of a Portland under tight elven control. Join Titus, Russian dark elf gunslinger and corporate celebrity, Luca, North American troll and ex-mafia enforcer, Laurent Blanc, French dwarven hacker extraordinaire, and Lily, South American elf and combat medic with a host of otherworldly magics at her disposal. The stakes are higher than ever for our runners as the pieces on the board are being manipulated by powerful forces that are mostly of our world and partially of another. Get ready to run with new episodes every Friday. Subscribe on your favorite podcatcher to catch up on Season 1 and to prepare yourself for Season 2. Because Portland will never be the same once it has become the City of Thorns.
When we last left the three of you, you all had got past the concierge who was running the concierge desk, I guess, the registration table, through some various white lies. Ezra and Nick, you two are, or rather your characters, are pretending to be Port Authority inspectors who are popping a surprise inspection on the hotel as it is opening itself up off tourist season. And Saint, you are...
Didn't lie. I did not lie.
You did not lie. You are here to look at a ghost.
Yeah, because I remember I used my honest to a fault stunt. Because I ended up... that's part of the reason why I rolled so good, is I had an extra +2 to rapport when telling the truth, to get someone to do what I ask of them.
And tell the truth you did. You were presented with a room key and a kind of informal invitation to the night's proceedings.
Sorry, I was like, oh, what's my room again? And I scrolled down, it's room 69, probably because presumably I made a stupid joke and asked if I could be in room 69.
I don't recall what number I actually gave you, so I think that might actually just be true.
I think we all, like, more than one of us opened our mouths to be like, is it room 69? And then Ben was like, well, it is now.
Yeah.
Fucking dinguses, the lot of you.
Look, we know what we're about.
We're all, like, nice.
We know what we're about. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, do we want to explore first, or do we want to, like, set up base camp and then go explore?
I was just gonna go exploring, especially since Alistair and Jules may need to find somewhere to hide. Because we're not technically, like, inspecting the ship shouldn't take very long, and also we've been instructed to stay out of the way. So we might need a place to
I'll just like put on a new hat, and that's my new disguise.
Yeah, you'll just grow a mustache.
There you go.
No, I cut out 2 papers, like 2 little paper slips, and put it on my upper lip.
Yeah. Yeah, Post-it notes.
And now I'm Julio.
I assumed y'all were just gonna hide in my room. Like, I don't think they're gonna like come into my room and be like, "Are you hiding any inspectors?"
Actually, no, that was my twin.
I can't believe you lied to us, and this whole time you've been harboring city employees.
The worst of crimes. Boat cops. Yeah, okay, so we can go explore. And then my next question is, do we want to split off so we don't look suspicious all hanging around in a group together?
Who? Please excuse my don't split the party instincts, which have just started screaming.
Yeah, I know. That is a fair point. It's like, I don't think we want to split the party, but additionally, like, well, I do have Alistair's phone number.
You do?
I think we established that.
Yes.
So I can text you, and that way, like, if like boat employees are wandering around, they're not like, why are you hanging out with an exorcist? Why are you conducting a boat investigation with an exorcist who's just here?
I'm just curious. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah, but the problem is that Saint doesn't like to lie. So if they were like, why are you hanging out with these boat cops? He'd be like,
Fair.
I love boats. But, no.
Thanks.
I was just postulating to the group there are pros and cons.
This is true. I'm gonna err on the side of it's a big ship, and there's not likely since it seems like most of the other guests aren't here yet. I think we have some time before we should be concerned about the appearances of that kind.
I also just thought of a lie that I think will be easy for him to tell.
So you're all on the kind of the other side of this lobby entrance, where the desk is, well past where the concierge is. I'm going to say that you are like in the hotel lobby proper. There's a number of elevator banks, nearby. There is also a way to walk out onto the other side of the deck. This room is filled with all sorts of kind of antique furniture and sitting spaces. They are certainly playing up the decorative aspects of the 1930s, the types of chairs and tables and planters and all that that take up this room.
What kind of information did we get about where this haunting is supposed to have taken place?
Here's the thing, you don't actually know a ton because the video just kind of showed like a hallway and a corner. It was all very dimly lit, and it's not very immediately clear, especially if you're not already familiar with the boat. If you want to find the exact location of the haunting, I'm sure you'll have to ask somebody.
Okay.
Did they say that anyone had begun to arrive, like who had been invited yet?
I believe the implication is that some people were already here, but they were prepping for a majority of the guests to arrive, however many people that may be.
Okay.
Anybody that Saint would recognize?
It sounds like no, because I called my buddy last episode, and he hadn't heard anything. Though, I don't know, maybe. I guess we don't know until I see somebody. Are there like folks milling around in the lobby, or does it seem like everyone's kind of split to go check shit out?
You are in a otherwise empty lobby.
Okie dokie. Well, unless we want to go knocking door to door, I figure our best bet is just to kind of maybe start at the bottom and work our way up. If we run into someone, I can start asking questions.
Does your particular set of affinities extend to ghost detection?
I was actually thinking that. Out of character, I was thinking, like, can I... Because that is... I'm trying to think. I've been watching a lot of BuzzFeed Unsolved today, not preparing for this, but just because it's nice to have on in the background. And from what I can tell, no, that's not generally the way people find out where ghosts are is that people are like, oh, I just tend to see ghosts here. Most like spectral investigators set up in places where there have been tales of ghosts. There's not a way to like track it down unless you are wandering in places and you can do like a hot cold kind of thing. Now I don't know. This is all Maddie speaking. I don't know if maybe I would have an exception because what I do isn't necessarily like ghost adventures. It's a little more The Exorcist. But I would leave that up to Ben. My gut instinct says probably not, honestly. Especially because I don't usually do stuff like this. I get called to places where people know where ghosts are. I don't usually have to find them.
It's entirely your call. But it sounds like you're leaning toward that you do not have a ghosty sense.
Yeah, no, unless I wanted to try and lure it out, which doesn't seem... That'll say in character. Well, it's Alistair ask me that in character?
Yeah, that's okay. Alistair is gonna ask.
Okay. Then I'll say in character. The thing is I usually go to places where people know where the ghosts are already, and they can just kind of tell me. I can try and lure it out, but that doesn't seem like a super good idea at this juncture, when we don't know what it's going to do. There's a lot of people on this boat. It could be dangerous. There's too many unknowns for me to want to try and do that, and I don't even know if it would work. So, can I roll lore to think of, like, these are places ghosts generally tend to show up? So sure. We at least have a starting point. Okay. I have a +2 to my lore. Oh, let me reroll that. Just dropped it. Oh, I dropped another one. Good job, team. So that's just a 2. I rolled 2 neutrals, a negative, and a positive. So.
Sure. Unfortunately for you, the knowledge that you know about ghosts would normally be helpful in any other location, but no, I don't. How do I phrase this? Maddie, I have some news for you. About what you know about where ghosts congregate. The good news for you is that ghosts congregate in rooms and hallways, and you're in a hotel.
Okay.
I was gonna say Saint just doesn't know enough about boat hauntings. He's not the boat knower.
He's not the boat knower.
Yeah.
In these kind of situations, in artificial environments such as buildings, ghosts have a tendency to either be fixed to one location, or they tend to roam hallways. You are in a hotel, which is nothing but rooms and hallways.
Okay, that makes sense.
However, the Queen Mary is actually pretty famous, and I'm going to say that there is, where maybe the alleged spooks might be, that there is rumors of a haunted stateroom, and that there have been rumors of, like, in the older parts of the ship, like some sort of maintenance hauntings.
Okay. I can work with that.
But none of those are necessarily the new ghost.
Yeah, a fair point. But that is a place to start.
New ghost on the block.
Yeah, new ghost on the block. Yeah, let's, I think I'll say, like, these are places we can look. It may not pan out, but this is where these hauntings do happen. So it's a place to start. So, fuck it. We'll go to the stateroom first. Unless somebody else wants to do something else.
I have no objections to that.
Let's say that you go over to the elevator bank. The kind of antique brass doors slide open, and you are greeted with an elevator that has... that has certainly seen its fair share of use, is certainly a little aged, but otherwise appears to be thoroughly updated electronically, even though it has the veneer of an older era gone by. All the electronics inside appear to be very modern.
I hop in, and I look at the map to say, like, this is the floor.
Yeah, I grabbed a little brochure also.
I think we have 2. This is like when you go to, like, any theme park ever, and it's like, okay, who has the map? Or a con. All right, who has a map? Do we both have maps? Do you need a map? Should we get another map? We should all have a map in case we get separated. Okay.
You're not wrong.
So
actually.
what floor is this room on?
It looks like the room number is B340.
So basement.
A former third-class cabin described as notoriously haunted.
Love to be places that are notoriously haunted. Cool. So I hit the button that is B, presumably for basement.
I mean, I think it's probably just for B deck.
Yeah, they might have like numbered floors for hotel rooms, and then they may have like an A, B, C, D for
Wings.
Miscellaneous floors. Yeah, like the gym is on C or whatever. Because you probably can't access the basement from the standard elevator. You would need to get on a service elevator.
Sure. Let's say that looking at the program, it is very clear which state, the stateroom is probably listed on there. So without listing a specific floor, you hop into the elevator and press that floor button and take an elevator ride up. Even though the electronics are properly updated in this elevator, the ride still feels a little bit rickety as the three of you go upwards. Eventually, the elevator bell dings. It is a very old-fashioned sound, clearly manufactured, and you come out onto an elevator bank. The kind of floor lobby. Much smaller. It has those little cylindrical kind of ashtray containers, a couple potted plants, and notably, you can hear a loud whirring sound before you even step out of the doors.
Can I identify what that sound is? Does it sound like a fan, or does it sound like an engine?
It sounds like a medium-sized piece of machinery.
Oh, interesting. Okie dokie.
I lean over to Alistair. I think this is what we came here to inspect.
Yeah, Alistair, kind of like, you get a little bit of a double take. Like maybe he's not used to working with people who make jokes.
Bless him.
Yeah, well, working for the government can be kind of dismal. But he does smile.
No.
Victory.
Got him.
Got him.
There's a sense of humor in there after all.
Oh, we found it.
So
we'll see if we can get it to happen again.
So we've got, this is a good place to start. My only question was if this is some sort of new and novel occurrence. I wouldn't have put it at the sort of scene of one of their most famous hauntings, but good place to start. Rule it out at any rate.
Yeah. Saint shrugs and he's like, the Queen Mary previously has not really been haunted, but I figure it's a better place to rule out the places that are supposedly haunted and just make sure that there's nothing there. And then kind of go to the more, the smaller, weirder places. Especially because if it's just hallways, then that's a lot of searching. We might as well rule out the places that are supposedly haunted first. And also, if I had to guess, this is probably where the other exorcists will start to congregate. That or the lobby, and there wasn't anyone in the lobby, so figure, maybe see if anybody else has more information about the haunting.
Yeah.
Are you all still in the elevator?
I exited the, I think.
I think we probably exited the elevator.
And then, turned around and was waiting for them to get out of the elevator while they had a moment.
All right. The idea was very funny to me that you were still in the elevator, at which point the doors would shut and you'd go back down.
No. I think Saint got out of the elevator first.
All right. Then the source of the whirring becomes immediately obvious. As you step out beyond the doors, you see that there's a gentleman with one of those large wax buffers. going across the hardwood floors of this lobby.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Not haunted after all.
maybe the machine is haunted. We don't know yet.
You can see him kind of stretching it forward and pulling it back, like, these things work like lawnmowers.
Mhm.
He noticeably has a large headset over both his ears.
I would imagine. I think those things probably get pretty loud. Saint would like to kind of like, because I betcha this dude knows about the haunting. I want to ask him a question. Well, my former retail worker instinct of leave the poor man doing his job alone versus I need
God's
information.
so
though.
real.
Right. Well, we're gonna have to walk across this floor he's waxing anyway. So, yeah, Saint would like to do.
We're terrible no matter what.
A little bit of a shuffle to like try and get in front of him. Yeah, in a like a respectable distance, so I'm not like right in front of him, so he like sees me, and then just kind of wave, and like gesture for the like, can I talk to you or can I like ask a question?
When you first cross his line of sight, he does appear to be a little bit startled. Takes a step back, flips the kill switch on his buffer machine, and takes off one ear of his headphones before going, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't hear you come up."
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I saw you had headphones on. And I was trying so hard not to startle you. I'm really sorry about that. I just had one super quick question. And I'll leave you to it. Well, I guess 2 questions.
It's okay. I'm used to working in a haunted hotel.
Okay, you make a very good point. First question: what is the best way to get across this floor without disturbing all the hard work you've done? I feel bad just kind of tromping all over your freshly waxed floor. And then, secondary question: I'm sure you know that there are people investigating the haunting. I was wondering if you had any idea of where the initial incident occurred, so I could go take a look.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't really care which way you go. Just I guess steer to the right. That'll get you around what I just worked on. It's not really that big of a deal, though.
Well, I try and be polite. But so for my haunting question, do you have any idea? If you don't, that's okay.
The haunting by the pool, the new one.
It was by the pool. The video we saw was in a hallway, which is like super generic when you're in a hotel.
Oh yeah. No, it's one of the hallways that leads to the indoor pool.
Excellent. And like he pulls out. Can I like tell kind of what he's talking about looking at the map?
Yeah, sure. You open your pamphlet back up, and you see that there is kind of an indoor pool area on the second floor toward the north side of the ship.
Excellent.
By which I absolutely mean the front of the ship.
Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. Didn't have that much information. Then we'll go back to where we came.
Yeah. Just be careful down there. I think he pauses and looks a little flustered about how to say this. I mean, we don't know what's down there, so
yeah.
Play it safe.
I absolutely understand. I appreciate your concern. I've been around the block enough times to know that you should never take anything for granted. So, so thanks a lot. Does he have a name badge on, or is he just wearing like a jumpsuit or whatever?
Sure. Yeah, let's say that he does, and you can very clearly see the name Jack.
Cool. Jack, nice to meet you. I'm Saint. I really appreciate the help.
Of course.
Hope you have a good night.
Sure. Is your room on this floor? Can I help you find anything, or?
I'm in room 69. I don't know if it's on this floor. I presume not, but
Nice.
Is that Jules snickering behind me at Ivan room? Yes. The Saint couldn't really get through Ivan room 69 without fucking choking on it. Yeah, Ivan room.
Jules is sniggering in the background.
Yeah, which I presume is not on floor B. I mean, if you can tell me what floor it is on, that is helpful, but you don't need to do that. You're busy right now. I can figure it out. I'm a relatively intelligent man sometimes.
Yeah, no, I can see that. He gestures forward for your room key.
I hand it to him.
He chucks it into the pool.
He throws it over to the waxer, and I have no room.
Okay, well, first of all, this says $6.90.
Damn it!
Oh!
I'm sped Reddit then. God, disappointing, but acceptable. So $6.90, therefore presumably on the 6th floor. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna say that's maybe where you already are.
Oh, okay. So I am on the correct floor for my room.
Yeah, so if you want to get over to your room, it's literally just down that way, and he points to the right, away from his recent buffing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I am carrying 2 very large like baby diaper bags. So which, he's probably like, do you want to go to your room? And I'd say it's like, oh, maybe. Cool. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the help. Sorry, me and my friends are literal children.
Saint carries his stuff in baby diaper bags?
Yes. Do you remember when I was creating this character, and that was one of, I think maybe I just told Ezra this, but that was part of the goof, is that he's like, looks serious, like relatively like experienced exorcist, but he carries his journals in diaper bags because they are waterproof and relatively sturdy, and they have a bunch of pockets.
There you go. That's valid, but also
Yeah.
my companions are literal children.
Yeah. Yes. Cool. Thank you so much for the help. We will get out of your hair now.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I don't mind. I only have like 3 more floors to get before all the guests show up. There's not even going to be very many of you. I don't know why I have to do the whole hotel, but whatever. I'm sorry. I'm complaining about nothing.
Man, it's all right. I understand how it goes. That seems odd to me too. I think most of us probably don't give a shit if the floor is waxed. But do you know? I didn't get a lot of information. Do you happen to know how many people are going to be here?
I think it's only like 5 or 6.
Pretty small team.
So I guess you're half of them?
Well, I think I count as one. These are my, okay, shit, we didn't talk about if I was going to pretend that you guys were with me or not, and now Saint has to think for a moment.
No, we did not.
Am I going to pretend that they're with me or not? Yeah, it's just, I'm just one of them. We're not a full team being counted here, which is the truth. And doesn't imply anything else. Yeah, so I think I'm just one of those people, so there's probably like 5 or so others. I'm interested to run into them. Do you happen to know if we're all going to be on this floor, or are they kind of randomly spread? Maybe that's why you have to wax everything if we're randomly spread out throughout the hotel.
I honestly have no idea. He shrugs and just says, management.
Yeah, man. Ain't that the way? Hey, yeah, you've been super helpful, man. Sorry you gotta wax all these floors, but it sounds like you're almost done, so cheers.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you all have a nice night. Let me know if I can help you find anything else.
Will do. Thanks so much for the help. I'll definitely track you down if I got any extra questions. But other than that, I'll see you later, bud.
Yeah, see ya.
Cool. I turn back to my compatriots and I make a nod towards my room, kind of like a, do you want to go back to my room, or do we want to head up?
I'm gonna nod in the direction of your room, just saying that we should at least, I think we should at least check it out.
Okay, cool. I start making my way towards where. Yeah, I think I want to carry a couple of my books with me. I don't think I want to have the whole situation with me. Like a couple of my books and some of my more basic supplies, because I also have my exorcism supplies in there. That's what all the pockets are for. Cool. Yeah, so I start making my way towards $6.90. I understand. And the goof of you guys read it wrong at $6.90 is very funny. And also I'm a little sad.
It's understandable, bud.
I feel like we got cheated by the establishment.
Also, having a room 69 is like super unlikely in a hotel. It's not how they number rooms usually. So it makes sense. Especially a hotel this big. Yeah, cool. So we head for my room. We go around kind of the way he indicated.
All right. Yeah, you go around the way that he indicated. It is worth noting that there is something a little uneasy about these hallways. because of the rocking nature of the ship, and because it is a ship, the halls themselves are very narrow, and have these brass metal bars going down the length of them, so as to sturdy your hand should the well, this used to be a cruise liner after all.
Yeah, so you don't take a spill.
In addition to that, there is a weird kind of green carpet with basically this red circular pattern going down it that at a glance, before you're able to take a closer look at it, appears to be roses.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but you can walk down it a ways. You never really do see the end of the hallway, but eventually you come across room 690.
Okay, cool. I unlock it with my key.
All right, it is an old-fashioned key. It is not a. It's not one of those. It's not a scanner. Yeah, it's not a badge or a scanner of any kind. It is an old-fashioned key. The door swings open just fine, and you step into a room that is comparatively quite dusty in comparison with the hallway or any of the lobbies that you've walked in so far. This room appears to have not been occupied in a good deal of time, and while it's not like anyone was living there recently, it definitely just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel as polished as it could be, should be.
How long has this boat been shut down again?
I think you can infer that their season ends as it starts getting colder in LA. So probably, if it's December now, it probably ended in October.
Okay, so it's been a couple months.
But who's to say this place is ever at full capacity?
Yeah, that's true. So who knows really how long it's been since someone's been in here. I just was trying to figure out if this was like even if someone was here at the end of the season, like 2 months since someone cleaned this room is
sure. You could imagine a large hotel like this, and most of the people who come here were probably staying somewhere in LA instead. There are rooms that could go several years without anybody being in them.
Okay, cool. I've decided to not be perturbed by this, so
okay.
I have made the choice to not feel an emotion. I walk into the room. And I assume it's like a one bed situation.
No, there are 2 beds instead.
Oh, nice. Cool.
There are 2 beds. There's a chair or 2. Even though this place is a little dusted, it does feel sensibly like a modern hotel. There is a mini fridge. There is a coffee maker. It's brightly lit, even though it feels a little undercleaned. The furniture looks last 15 years modern.
Okay.
It is still a functional modern hotel room, even if it looks a little undercleaned.
Okay, that's cool. Cool. I drop my bags on the ground carefully. Actually, no, I'm gonna put them. Is there like a little table in here?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, I'm gonna put them on the. Oh, excellent. There's another photo. I'm gonna put them on. No, I've changed my mind again. I'm gonna put them on one of the chairs. I want them someplace cushy to protect more delicate things. So I put them on one of the chairs, and I leap on the bed furthest from the door and just like have a sit on it. And I'm like, okay, so
a cloud of dust comes up from the covers.
So here we are. I did close the door behind me. I'm gonna say I closed and locked the door behind me.
Sure, fair
enough. Pool, interesting. Not a lot of haunted pools. Secondly, we should probably figure out our cover story, because that dude asked me if you guys were with me, and I did panic. So
yeah,
we should probably figure that out so I don't panic again.
Yes. Let's see. Well, Jules and I are... We told the concierge that we're here as part of a Port Authority inspection. That
but if only the concierge doesn't see us, then who's gonna know?
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to hide from the concierge eventually.
The hope is that place like this in the off season, it's gonna be understaffed. You got an unusual event. probably attended by big personalities, maybe demanding personalities. I think the chances that the concierge just sort of forgets
Disappears.
about
Oh.
the Jules, we're not that kind of men in black.
I thought that's what they did. Is that not what they do? That's what they do.
That's
I don't think the
not
Men in Black disappear people.
that's not what I do.
Oh, okay.
You sure you don't like wipe people's memories and make them like forget things?
It's not as
You know-
glamorous as Hollywood makes it out to be.
I'm gonna admit, boss, I don't like the fact that you just said that's not what I do. The distinction is making me a little nervous, but
So there are people in your government that do that. I knew I was right.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my god, it's true.
But
I've never felt more vindicated.
beyond all that,
it's amazing what a friendly but sheepish level of I just want to do my job and get out of here. It makes people their eyes slide right off that kind of thing. And so I think if we just leave it until our friendly neighborhood concierge is busy with other more interesting and dynamic guests, maybe he forgets about the Port Authority inspectors. So until we run into that kind of a situation, I will admit that I'm likely to be a little out of my depth pretending to do what Saint does. I don't know about Jules, but is this the kind of line of work where you might have hangers-on, cameraman?
Oh, I don't know about. Well, it depends. I bet you, based on the vibe I've gotten of the folks who might be here tonight, both of those things are likey.
Oh boy,
Both of those things are likey.
we are
Right.
we are a whole bunch of us are driving the struggle bus this evening.
Let me try. Let me hit that one more time. Now, based on the kind of folks I've gathered might be here tonight, both cameraman and hangers-on are likely. What I do, neither are usually things I have with me. Assistants occasionally do come in handy. So I would say somebody who, you know how in surgery there are like nurses who hand the surgeons things.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, for the exorcist thing, it's probably like you need someone to hold them down, and then another person to like throw the holy water, and then like another person like chanting from the Bible. I don't know. That's just how the movies make it seem.
That is absolutely how the movies make it seem. That's not, once again, there are people who do that. That's not really what I particularly do. I do sometimes need someone to hold another person down, which is, in my convoluted metaphor, the anesthesiologist, I think. Anyway, no, but I do occasionally need people to hand me things or like make sure somebody doesn't leave, or I just sometimes need extra hands and extra bodies. So I think saying that you are my assistant is something I feel comfortable saying because it's kind of true.
As
If
long
this
as
ends
it's
up-
believable.
Yeah. I if this is what it sounds like it might be, I will probably need assistance, especially because I don't think either of you have much experience with exorcising ghosts or demons or whatever. So, yeah. I will admit, my line of work doesn't get a lot of hangers on. There's not a lot of groupies. But people do love those ghost adventures dudes. So if we run into people who do more of that kind of thing, there will probably be groupies. I don't know.
As my
I'm not gonna be a fucking groupie.
I would never ask you to.
Thank God.
I might ask you to hold somebody down.
As my favorite instructor liked to say, good enough for government work.
Yeah, there you go. Good enough for folk music, which is the more fun turn of phrase if you're not a government worker. So, great. We want to head to the pool, or
I think if the rest of the guests are entertainment for the evening haven't arrived yet, we should get in and scope the place out before it's crawling with
God knows what.
people who like to pretend they know what they're doing for likes.
I'm not gonna be positive about the kind of people we're running into, but I'm going to say maybe I will be pleasantly surprised. Oh boy.
Let's head.
I'm not gonna think about it too hard. Okay. So
Cool.
he stands. Is there like a little closet in this hotel room? I presume so.
Yes, there certainly is.
Okay. I'm gonna rifle through my bags. I'm gonna grab a couple of journals on, specifically, like things that fall in line with what we saw in the video. So like balls of light, and then anything on like ghosts that have haunted like sea vessels or boats, things like that. So more specific journals based on what we've seen. And then I'm going to put my bags in the closet so they're not in like immediate view, because he's paranoid. Let us blow this popsicle stand, if I may.
And then bring my gun.
I know. But to be fair, you probably weren't going to be able to shoot a ghost. So,
I think that is not an accurate assessment.
well, fuck me, I guess. What do I know about ghosts? Truly, I guess I've never tried to shoot a ghost. You make a fair point. I've never tried.
It's just like, have you ever seen Scooby-Doo?
Yes, Jules, I have seen Scooby-Doo.
You know how like the ghosts are actually people?
Were you going to kill a person?
No. I would never. I would never do that.
Okay.
Ever.
A great way to convince people that you're telling the truth is to repeat it twice after coughing.
I'm so glad
I know how
you
to
did
be
not
non-lethal.
Okay. I'm so glad you didn't bring a gun on this boat.
I would never. I would never.
Oh
boy.
I'm just saying, who knows that they didn't put that thing out there for attention and it's like a hoax.
Now that, well, the other hauntings for sure. This one I don't know. This one I'm gonna hold out judgment on until I see it with my own two eyes.
Like, think about it. This place, which is closed down for the tourist season, so they're not getting the money that they want, puts out a video of a haunting, gets a whole bunch of these internet famous people to come here and give them a bunch of attention.
Well, that's not an awful point. The haunting I saw wasn't not genuine. I'll say that much. So I won't take that option off the table, though. Until we see it, I don't know. But based on Alistair's information and my viewing of the video, I'd say it's also possible that maybe this is real and not just old man Jenkins.
I'll believe it when I see it.
If it is okay, first of all, you believe in Sasquatch. I can't believe we're fighting about ghosts. 2, if it is old man Jenkins, I will let you punch him in the kneecaps.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Let's go.
You've reached yourself an agreement.
We've made a gentleman's agreement. A gentle gaze agreement, if you will.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. We go to the pool, gamers?
Yep.
The three of you step out of the room and back into the hallway. It is easy to find your way back down the straight line to the elevator bank. As you start approaching the elevator bank, you do hear the ding of the elevator bell.
I will say first, I did lock my room. I know we can assume I probably did, but tabletop paranoia. I locked my room.
I appreciate that. You hear the ding of the elevator bell. As you start to turn the corner into the elevator bank, you can see kind of a shadow of movement go down the opposite hallway.
Like a person-sized shadow? Or...
Like a person-sized shadow.
Okay.
You could picture this floor and all floors in sort of an H shape, with the crossbar being the elevators.
Okay.
Pretty standard for hotels, I think.
I glance at my compatriots. Like, do we want to go check that out?
How involved do you want to get with the other people who are going to be jockeying for position and information?
Yeah, what if it's just one of the annoying people?
That's a good question. I just don't really know until I meet them. Because on one hand, they could be pretty useful. You know, maybe shared information is better. And I'm not here for glory or views or anything. I'm here to, free a spirit, maybe, or...
Then shouldn't we go investigate the spirit area first?
I'd like to get our own eyes on the situation before anyone gets prejudiced by any third-party opinions.
Okay, that is absolutely fair.
Data first.
Yeah, so we turn away from the shadow and go to the elevators.
All right, you step in the elevators and you head back downstairs. Ding! That's the sound of the elevator.
Cool. We arrive at
Sounds just like it. I'm like right there in the moment.
God, it's like I'm there.
It's like I'm there.
Yeah, cool. So we are now at like the hallway to the pool. Yeah, we're on that floor.
Yeah, you are back on the second floor. It looks just as antiquated and near identical as the first floor. This building is by and large pretty samey, but there is a clear sign leading you toward the North Pool.
Cool.
North Pole.
We shall make our way towards the forward pool.
Forward
I'm going to make sure that I'm just going to have my phone out and like the camera app open in case I need to react quickly to record any strange happenings.
Okay, cool. Yeah, not a bad idea. We make our way towards the pool.
I definitely I'm looking at my phone and thinking about it for a second and just say just says camcorder would have made for better cover, but this'll do.
Do you have a camcorder? Oh, I guess you probably do. Your line of work, that makes sense.
I could get one if I needed one. These days, a cell phone camera of sufficient caliber is about as good as anything dedicated. If I think I need something that has infrared or night vision or something like that, I have to plan in advance for that kind of thing. The van only holds so many things, and requisition orders don't move nearly as fast as you'd like them to.
No, I would assume not. The wheels of government tend to turn pretty slow. But I think we'll be okay. I don't tend to go in for that kind of stuff anyway. So, we should be fine. We proceed.
What you've been listening to was Parasites, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players were Ezra K. as Eyes on the Ground Agent Alistair McAndrews, Matty Trumbo Gomes as Capable Young Man St. Garcia Flores, and Nikki Boylan as Monster in the Woods, Jules Ortiz. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show, just for you. Our theme song was by the incorporeal Johnny Ronaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Tara Bossart. The show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can follow us on social media at InfinityBreak23 and check out our website and all our other tabletop shows, alive and dead, at InfinityBreak.net. We appreciate your listening to this program. If you'd like to help the show succeed, there are a good many ways to do that. You can help spread the word about this show on social media or by simple word of mouth. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your support and promise a good deal of behind-the-scenes audio. And finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let parascience drift into the back of your mind and let the Queen Mary rock you to sleep across the dark waters on which it rests. We'll be back in 2 weeks.